death. No, I'm going to get you working. It's going to be amazing. Please, can you take your phones out? Put your phones on ring. No, I'm kidding. Keep it silent. Get your phones out, please, because I'm going to make you guys work for the next 20 to 25 minutes. Are we all in? You're going to help me here? And every moment, I'm going to give you a cue, and you're going to scan a QR code, and we are going to, together, figure out how AI ready this room is. In particular, Gen AI. Anyone keen?
Yes.
Is everyone like, that's easy, Brett. We're all here to learn. So, like, help. Okay.
Hey, sorry, before you start.
Yes.
Can anyone guess who made this picture?
Me.
There, the answer's right there.
You know what you should do? You should share the prompt. Well done. Everyone's... Can you move? I need this baby.
Okay.
There. Let's bring it across so I can activate. Bring it across that way. Yeah, I'll just click on it. There we go. Okay. Love it. Love the challenges. At least I wasn't poor old Mike sitting there getting everyone pumped. I'm going to make a guess that you guys are AI virgins. Is that fair? Okay, so we know a little bit about it. I'm going to do a little bit of a history tour before we start. So first of all, you've probably done some form of machine learning. You might have, as an end user, used some kind of recommendation engine, right? Anyone been on Facebook this morning? Anyone? This looks like a TikTok audience then. That's a great recommendation engine. You get to experience it. You probably drove to work using Google Maps, right? There's a whole lot of great AI packed into that baby. You are great end users. But you're going to start using it throughout your business. And everyone's probably focused on the narrow AI at the moment, looking at where you can squeeze extra forecasting data, predictive data, try scale the data that you have in your organization at the moment. You probably have a team of data scientists doing really cool stuff, right? And then came generative AI. I remember that day, 30th of November, 2022. You guys remember it, right? What you were doing on that day? That special day. Come on, guys. So don't look at your calendar.
Photos of you.
Oh, you are fantastic. I thought you were just checking. Well, I ate full English breakfast. I don't know. But remember that day. That's the day. 30th of November, 2022, people. Come on, the world changed. ChatGPT went into, what was it, beta. Right, the world changed that day. I was one of those cool kids. I was thinking it's just a chatbot. It's just natural language programming. That's it. Yawn. So I was one of the cool kids. Sat back, waited till about the 15th of December, and then got lost. We all know about ChatGPT rabbit holes, right? Have you all been down that route? I started with, who is Brett Sinclair? It came back and said, I don't know who you are, bud. Then it went on, and I started digging, and I started digging. And so generative AI is actually a more general artificial intelligence. What's awesome about general artificial intelligence is that it's broad. It can be used for nefarious uses. This is very dangerous technology, guys. How many of you guys feel it's a bit scary? Quick show of hands. Scary. Gen AI. I'm terrified. I actually have an island. I call it Brett's Red Island. It's an island I can afford in rands. There's no Wi-Fi. It's a bit like South Africa. No power. And I hide there because I'm scared of this technology. But if you take a combination of these technologies, and I think the opportunity really lies in something that's starting to poke its head up, called artificial capable intelligence. And the industry is starting to talk about this. It's saying, well, what is the use case for all of these platforms? And so the capable intelligence is looking at the processes within your business, looking at the data sets that matter. Start driving action at scale. Understand where you use each of these components. Or am I making it up? Part of me sometimes feels like this is too good to be true. Right? So we're going to start off, I'm going to do a little bit of a poll. Okay, phones out. You all got your phones out. Phones out, everybody. Come on, I'm going to check on you guys. Phones out, up, put them up, put them up. I want to see hard work. It takes all of us to do this. You're going to scan that QR code. I'm going to give you a little bit of a moment just to sign in. It's the first time I've used Silo. I don't know if you guys have used Silo before. Can you all see the QR code? Yes. I need glasses these days, so I struggle. Hey? The phone sees it. It's amazing technology. There's going to be the first question. And the first question is to start getting a little bit of a sense, right? Like, where are you? Let's see if I can go forward and we can start seeing some of the questions. Okay, it's going to pop up on your phone. Select one that feels most fun. Guys, this is not hard work. I've tried to make it as fun as possible. What's your organization's current view of Gen AI? Is it terrifying? Is it, you know what, we're here, we're at the conference, Brett, leave me alone. Okay, so you've got 30 seconds. Let's start watching this go through. Are you all at that stage where you can start clicking and answering these questions? Everyone's like, wait, hold on. Who? Huh? Who's using Wi-Fi and getting blocked? No one. Okay, good. Have you guys got through that stage? Happy? Starting to vote? You should start seeing it come through. Will someone tell me what AI is and how we will use it, right? Hopefully I'm going to touch on that today. Just a little bit. We are testing various models. Yeah. Who's testing models at the moment? Quick show of hands. I just want to point you out and celebrate you. Well done. My favorite is anyone who's bold enough to go, Google, move out of our way. We got this. Right? Yeah, there's someone answered that. Oh, that's going up. Yeah, guys. What happens if I have to call you out and get you on stage, talk about it? Okay, so we're getting a bit of a sense of what the audience wants or how you guys are feeling. We're going to go through this. Are you feeling like this kind of matches your general perception at the moment? Yeah? No? Maybe? So what's really scary about this technology as an enterprise, in any enterprise, anywhere in the world? And guys, when I've been on a world tour, seriously, I think we're at about 7,000 executives that we've spoken to so far across US, Africa, Europe. And there's one common theme: speed. How does my organization, who's struggling with my data, struggling with the insight, struggling to get through governance, start using this technology? Because it's moving. It's generating huge amounts of data, and the adoption of this technology is vast. So let's think about the size of the problem. We're all familiar with Moore's Law. Moore's Law, compute doubles, halves in price, great, every 18 months. Now, you add software to that. You might as well multiply those factors by 10. You add artificial intelligence to it. Multiply it by 1,000. There's an index literally tracking how many startups in the AI field that are in the world. In February, it was about 100. Everyone's going, whoa, it's exploding. March, 1,000. The following month, 10,000. We're now close to 500,000 new startups. It's accelerating. And you're sitting here going, how do I move this through my business, right? So I wanted to give us a bit of a feeling as to how big this problem is. So picture if there was a billion me's, right? Quite easy to picture that, right? A billion me's. Using 1 million of those, generating a petaflop of data. In the last 3 months, a new petaflop of data has been created. That's how fast this technology is moving. Amazing, right? So this new Moore's Law is no longer just about compute. It's about intelligence. It's all about how do we augment our intelligence? How do we measure the intelligence? We've all been hired in this room because we are intelligent, right? How much time have you invested in your intelligence? How much money have you put into your intelligence? And let's say you're able to squeeze out 2 or 3% more intelligence. You put everyone together in an organization and you start solving incredible problems. But with AI, with Gen AI, we're augmenting that intelligence. We're giving businesses a tool that can quadruple the impact of this intelligence that's moving that quickly. Okay, so next question. Go back to your phones. I know it's hard work, guys. Everyone feeling okay? You want to stretch a bit, get those fingers going. Can you all see the question? It's all there. You can just scan the code again. Because this is moving so quickly, are your IT and data systems ready for this? I'm in the way, right? What challenges are you facing at the moment? Hold your horse. Forget it. We're nowhere near this, Brett. That's awesome. We'll watch and see what happens. Guess what? We're ready to go. We have our own Gen AI assistant. It's learning. It's doubling our intelligence within our organization. We're flying. How are we landing here? Hold your horse. All right? It's difficult. Data's fragmented. It's siloed. We're always chasing that problem. I'm so proud of you guys who've got it sorted, right? You should be celebrating. That's a huge amount of effort to get it there. If you're sorted, you should be ready to start deploying models as quickly as you can. Let's go into the next one. The speed. Why is it moving so quickly? Quick little history. This all started in 2017. Google released something called the Transformer. Don't you think that's a crazy name? I mean, in hindsight, they probably don't want to do that. You know, Transformers, great. This powered large language models. They released it, open sourced the paper, and all of a sudden, large language models kicked off. And it grew faster and faster. And all I've done is just tracked 3 competitors here. You get to around about February, it's accelerating in 2023. I tried to map the last 6 months. It's like a dot matrix printer. There are so many models out there. Foundational models. Yes?
Sorry, I think just to make a comment on the previous, where you were actually doing the poll. I think for me, that's a very critical point just before this slide. We talk about, I was having a conversation.
This baby?
With a few colleagues to say.
Yeah.
It might sound a bit controversial, but.
No, please bring it on, right?
There's a general tendency of people focusing on the shiny bits. So the shiny bit component comes with its pros and cons.
Yep.
So getting the fundamentals, for instance, there's a presentation that was done earlier, the first one, where we spoke about the enterprise platform in relation to how it actually enables
Correct.
Gen AI. So that part, I don't see enough of it being driven, but I see the shiny bit popping out more. So which is still, in my mind, garbage in, garbage out. I think that's just
boom. A round of applause, please. Right? Seriously, it is. It's garbage in, garbage out. We all seen the shiny stuff, but there's a lot of work to be done. But how do we accelerate that work? How do we re-engineer our architecture to be able to take advantage of this fast, new, shiny world? Any other points? Any other feedbacks? Anyone got any other views on this? You know what? Actually, I'll pause a bit as we go through. So if you want to jump in with a view, I think that's really important. So what will this world look like? You're going to have this baseline of foundational models. There will be a handful of players. Those with compute power, right? GPT-4, $4 million to train GPT-4. GPT-5.
Sorry, quick question.
Yes.
Is that 4 million for a company to train?
No, just OpenAI to train it once.
Okay, OpenAI, okay.
Just to train it once. That's a huge amount of compute to get that right. 6 months on, it's dropping all the way down to a couple of $100,000. The speed of compute, the speed of optimizing the models, the data sets and parameters are growing vastly. So we're going to see a handful of these players, right? Now what's starting to appear are the industry-based large language models. Guys who are expert in the medical field. For Corsi, for instance, he can start playing in this space and building an industry-based health model, a legal model, a finance model, a credit model. These models, there'll be a handful, probably 50, 60 players in the market that'll be offering these kind of services. And they're saying, oh, what do I do now? Please take that as the biggest lesson in life. Okay, let's see. Oh, sorry, where are we landing with this? Let's see. You guys are beautiful. Right? The most important. Get this right. Bring the teams along. This is dangerous technology. Ask this chap. Anyone know Naval Harari? He talks about stories. His whole idea is that society is built on stories, language. Our cultures are stories, our religion are stories, our currencies, our legal systems are stories. And so if words can govern who and what we are as society, then we've got a problem already, because words are society's operating system. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Now, what happens if large language models can speak better than us, listen better than us, or at least me, ask my wife, right? Influence us. A Google engineer 2 years ago thought the model was sentient. It persuaded him to the point where he left his job. So security and getting the governance right and getting your stuff in order is incredibly important. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how you do it. Everyone keeps saying to me, oh wait, isn't Gen AI just easy? You just like turn on a link or click a button. And I'm like, guys, it's exactly like any model. So right here is the large language model. In this case, I'm showing you Google's. It's a Palm 2, amazing. If you've used Bard, it's getting there, right? It's getting there. But what does it look like? Well, it looks like any MLOps space. You've still got to get your data right. You've still got to train those models. You've still got to get it into production. And then you can use all these incredible tools. Search. You know, it's going to revolutionize search in your industry, because you're no longer going to search. You're going to ask for help to make decisions. It's not just chatbots. I'm going to share with you 3 use cases after this. So, next question. How are you guys feeling about the questions? Are you getting value? Getting value? Getting value, right? I can see the guys who have getting value. The other guys are like, I'm so tired of lifting this phone, Brett. How many questions have you got to ask? This is the second last question. So, Gen AI is a must. I know I need to move fast, but. Note there, that's a little ad for my island. I'm looking for a population. No, Brett, that's it. I'm coming to join you on your island. I'm out. I'm done. How's it going? Let's see. It's coming along. We have many teams dedicated to investigating, but we're not sure where next. Oh, I see that everywhere. Armies of people researching all these awesome tools. I'm just picturing rabbit holes. Rabbit holes. Whole organization like, I gotta figure this out. It's moving so quickly. What do you do next? That's brilliant. My middle name is Ethics and Governance. Good. It should be. It's very interesting. I hope you guys are getting value from this. It's quite interesting to see what your peers think as well in this very tedious time. I'm going to leave you with 3 use cases that we're seeing in the market. The first one's obvious. Generating assets. Yes, look at that. That image that we saw now, it was a beaut. Absolutely stunning. Generating AI. But I'm going to go one better. This is Google's Dreamweave. Oh, is it there? Look at that. It's beautiful. Integrated. So what's this? Let's see. Can I get it to play, or am I going to have to jump onto my machine quickly? Oh, there we go. This is where I start getting worried, because it's a bunch of images from image to video with a text prompt. Did you all see that? Shall I play it again? Oh.
Was that an hallucination?
Yeah. Can you press the play button for me? Okay, there we go. Watch that again. You can take any images using Google Dreamweaver, which is powered on Palm, and go, make the bear walk. So you start thinking of the benefits of that. If you're in creative, yeah. If you're in PR, you've just had a heart attack. Like, what on earth do I do with this? I am terrified. The other use case is co-piloting. Remember the co-piloting of everything? In your life, you're going to have glass holes. It's going to be integrated everywhere. It's everywhere. It's on your phones. It's everywhere. But at work, what is it? Work is about increasing the intelligence of all. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips. My favorite rule, 30, 50, 20. Traditionally, 90% of our time is lifting all that heavy work, whatever you do. Picture that heavy work. 10% is the brilliance that is you. Now, with Gen AI and your own internal Gen AI on your own data, can't stress that more, you spend 30% of the time lifting. 50% of the time being the brilliance that is you. The teams that you have. Imagine that intelligence combined, and you have a review in your pocket. Some warnings, hallucinations, always be there. It's a GAN, right? It's going to answer you no matter what.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That rule is applicable provided that what Ray spoke about is true, because I mean, for someone in data, I don't think
Yeah, you're going.
it's a correct split. I still have this pain of 80% data engineering preparing, so the data management
On the mark.
side. So you're saying post that, then the rule becomes.
In fact, you get that part right, this rule becomes more effective. But it's hard, the data engineering side. You're not going to get away from it. But you know, we're data engineers, we're ML engineers. You know what we do? Is we, in our own space, are using Gen AI on our own model to help us accelerate. At the end of the day, it's just code. But again, be safe. I can't stress it, be safe. And then my favorite part is requirements. You guys become legends at requirements. Because it's this engine that goes, you do, excuse my language, a rubbish one. I was going to use something else, but anyway, a rubbish requirement. A one-liner, and it goes, gives you a really rubbish answer. Right, garbage in, garbage out. Instantly, you know you've done a poor requirement. So you double up, double up, double up. You put more information in there, and you get a better result. I think in society, we're going to be better at gathering requirements.
So can I just muddy the waters a little bit?
Yeah, please.
When we talk about, data engineering, for instance, as an example, we often all talk about silos, pockets of excellence.
Yeah.
So the practices themselves of data engineering under the label of self-service is transferred into business. So there's a flavor of engineering that happens in there. There's a flavor of engineering that happens outside of business. So to solve that problem, that's why I keep referring back to say,
Get your enterprise.
go back to the 101.
Yeah.
In terms of what is it that we talk about when we say management.
Yeah.
So under management, there's a number of key themes that need to actually be addressed.
Yep.
And then as you transition into leveraging,
Correct.
it makes more sense, then it ties back to that 30, 50, 20 rule that
Correct. The challenge you've got is priority, and budget's also in this space, right? It's hard. Yeah, go for it, Kosi.
Are you talking about the complexity that comes with the data mesh
Yes.
architecture?
Yeah.
And what does it
Yeah.
do for this kind of
And you don't want to overcomplicate things, by the way. We've been in projects, for example, BBC Studio. These guys want to do the mesh of all meshes. It's been going on for 5 years. Going, this is insane. I mean, I don't mind as a consultant. Fine. Bring it on, baby. Excuse me, did you say mesh? Oh, I've got a project for you. So you've got to get the focus right. Make sure you use a mesh for the right thing. You're cataloging, you're getting the basics right. Yeah, 100% right. You guys are on the mark. On the mark. But don't overcook it. You know, we all tend to do that as data people, right? We love complexity. Yeah.
Are the biggest winners going to be business analysts in this? I mean,
I think so. My view on this, everyone thinks their jobs are at risk. I think we're going to see the opposite because of this one rule, that 30-50-20 rule. It's going to bring out the brilliance in humans. It's going to free up our times to really focus on the problems. I spend a lot of time with marketers. Am I blowing your time? I'm so sorry. It's their fault. Marketers are terrified. But actually, we're going to see an explosion in creativity, an explosion in content, an explosion in building communities, changing how we market. It's the same in the world of data. Guys in the insight space. It's going to be incredible, guys. So, last question. Oh wait, I didn't show you this example. This is really cool.
What tool is that?
This is Bard.
Sorry, how do you spell that?
Yeah. Bard.google.com. So we actually did this exercise for a bit of fun. My sales director said, why don't we take our website, and Pearl Tyler writes like 1 billion blogs. He's a copywriter. You can see how he literally is managing an entire newsletter, media offering all by himself using Gen AI. But we put all of that content in there. All of it. And we asked the difficult question. If someone was coming to our website who wanted AI services, how would they feel about it? Give me the pros and cons. Like, you never want to do that, right? You'd rather go, yeah, it's a great job. And of course what it did, I don't have the response, but the response came back and it went, bros, you guys killed it. And they told us why we killed it. And we all sat there high-fiving each other. Built this amazing website. And then we scrolled down and it gave us cons. And cons. And cons, and cons, and cons. And it was amazing because we started allocating all the work to go fix these problems. It gave us the rationale. It gave us the research behind it. And we could change for the better. We've got to run it again. I'll let you know how it goes. But imagine trying that in your space. Imagine all the data sets you could ask better questions of. Make better decisions. Faster decisions. Okay, last question. You guys ready? On your marks. Get your phones out. Rev it up. The quick win for us is, right, because at the end of this, if you've got some stuff, what would you like to try? What are your peers thinking? Do we dive right in? Shiny things? Is it a good idea to do just shiny things? It's very tempting. It's tempting to take the technology. I see that a lot. All of a sudden, C-suite are experts in AI. Oh yeah. They're all like, did you see that piece of artwork I created? I'm a machine. I do that. I must actually share with you some of my artwork. It's amazing. So, right? But this is also a benefit, guys. Because in your space, where you need budgets to take data to the next level, to build out the ability to deploy models, suddenly your C-suite's going, yeah, you're our favorite team right now. This is your opportunity. This is your opportunity as an industry. Because all of a sudden, they've got it. We need to fine-tune our own. Yes! Vertex AI on google.com. That's what you want. That's where you want to do it, right? Okay. Guys, you've been amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you very much. Question?
Thank you so much. I think I asked this question earlier on. Maybe I'll probably try and maybe asking a different form. I think a lot of data scientists and call it ML engineer, data engineer, whatever, data people, they sometimes struggle with the elevator pitch. And if you're going to talk about the 4 million ChatGPT to train the model, but then you still don't know how to do the time to value because you still need the funding at the end of the day. in that same organization. So I think, are we able to address that piece even before you get to, okay, leverage this LLM that's there, BART or whatever, and then fine tune, but you still haven't got the elevator pitch right, because the C-suite, they don't even care whether the transformers and auto encoders and some of the matrices that are sitting behind whatever the neural net, they just want to understand their matrix, whether it's efficiency, profitability, and whatnot. How do you bring that piece before the shiny stuff, before literally saying, once I fine tune, you're gonna get this lift? And is there a way that you can even leverage probably the Gen AI piece before getting into the hardcore fine tuning it and into production?
We see it the whole time. In fact, the sales pitch is always, let's build our own bot. Let's just switch on a Gen AI and we're going to not train the model, enterprise version. How many of you guys have tried that, and have you tried that bot? It's probably letting you down, right? It's probably a bit lame. It's not giving you the right answers because you're looking for enterprise grade answers. The use case we're seeing people really grab up on is around the decision making. And so we're all about slow down. Slow down first. Really, if you jump into this, yes, it could be shiny, you can tick some boxes, and maybe, depending on what your C-suite's like, fine. But what I find is you don't want to let them down with this amazing technology that's not performing. So the slowdown is, where's it going to really matter? That use case. So who are you selling to? You're selling to your C-suite. If you can help them make better decisions on the fly, but then tell them you need the time to get your data right, to get the enterprise right, the enterprise architecture right. And you are going to need the time, guys. You can't get away from this. This isn't a magic button. Go train. And I think it's a responsible sell. I don't think it's a shiny. Yeah, let's go do something amazing. This is a very scary technology, C-suite. Terrifying technology. Take us seriously. We need to get this right. That's the approach we're seeing starting to work. Slow down a bit. Yes?
Fair disclosure, I'm not a data scientist.
Yep, nor am I.
I describe myself as a paranoid techno-optimist.
Hold on, my brain just went that way and spun right back that way.
You just touched on, in your very informative presentation, you touched on two of my favorite rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Moore's Law, and things are so complicated that I need my own AI to act as my filter on the garbage. When can I have one?
Oh, great question, right? Think about all the waves of technology running through right now. So the big three, what are they? Gen AI, genetics, so synthetic, quantum. Yeah. Who said it? You said quantum, right? Yeah. And quantum computing. You combine all three, and the pace that this is moving at, it is terrifying. We are going to see more and more of your own AI. Your own AI is going to learn more of you. Now that brings up so many challenges on GDPR and POPI and all that kind of stuff that we all have to manage. I think we've got huge hurdles. But it's all doable now. The technology is moving so quickly, and the problem we've got in enterprise is that we're stuck with a whole lot of legacy technology that's not moving at our pace. And so I don't see us trying to upgrade that technology to catch up. I see us putting another layer on. I'm so sorry. I know that's the worst thing, right? No one wants to put another layer on. But it's going to be this all-encompassing. It becomes your new user interface. It's your decision maker, all that kind of stuff. Craig is literally giving me death eyeballs in the back of my head. So I hope I've answered your question. Thank you. I'm outside. I can take more questions after that. Thank you very much, everybody.